Hello, welcome pen friends. Welcome to the December 2020 edition of Chris's Inked Pens. I ended up with 9 for December. This is going to be my birthday month, and I just went hog wild picking the ones I really wanted. I picked my colors first. I had a very clear idea of which colors I wanted. In some cases it was hard to choose because I had more than one in a category. But then I picked the pens mainly based on their nibs or what I wanted to try out. So let's just get started. We'll look at the pens and then I'll show you an ink panel and then we'll do a writing sample. We don't really have a report card for this time because of the disruption in October, November there with my back pain. So it'll be maybe a little bit shorter, I'm not sure. Okay, the first pen is my Noodler's Ahab in the Cherokee Pearl. But the difference here is that I did order a regular Noodler's medium nib to replace or to put on instead of the flex nib. So I'm really excited about this because I wasn't really good with the flex nib. So I'm thinking that medium nib, which almost writes like a broad nib, is going to be great. I hope so. So we'll see. Okay, so the next one is the Diplomat Magnum. And this is the, there's two different names. I've seen it called Prismatic Purple, and I've seen it called the John Doe or something like that. And this has a broad nib on it. It's a really smooth writer, and I do favor this pen. Actually, I think it was a birthday present one other year, so that's going to be fun. Okay, and then the next pen, if I can get it out without disturbing the Lamy up there, is a Jinhao X750. It's got that blue marble edition. And I have a Goulet 1.5 stub on it, which it's a real juicy writer, so I'm really excited about what I got going on in there for ink too. Whoops, I knew that was going to happen. Okay, then next is a TWSBI Go in the clear finish. I was noticing this print here. I guess I hadn't really looked at that too close before. Anyway, this has a broad nib on it, and these TWSBI Goes with the broad nibs, the nibs are broader, or else it's my imagination, than they are on my Ecos, so I just tend to use them all the time. I really like them. Okay, then next is the Lamy Safari in the Candy Violet. That was a pen friend gift, and this I have a broad nib on as well. There's a theme going on there with those broad nibs. And I love the pen and the color and everything, and it kind of just suited me just fine. Okay, so next is another Jinhao X750. I really love this aluminum looking or stainless steel looking one. It's just really pretty, and I have a JoWo nib on it that came on one of my Serendipities. It's a great nib from over there from Pensive Pens. So another broad nib. Gee, I wonder why. I just let myself have whatever I wanted for pens this month. And then this is a special pen. This was a pen friend gift, and the ink in it is a ink that she also formulated and mixed and sent to me. So this is a Moonman M600S, and this has my other Serendipity nib, you know, original to the Serendipity nib on it. This is an even more impressive writer than the other one. This one was tuned so perfectly. I just love it. It's a broad nib. So you're going to hear that a lot today, I think. Broad nib. I'm going to be doing a lot of letter writing in December. So okay, and then next is another TWSBI Go in the Sapphire with a broad nib. A big surprise, right? I wonder if you can even see the ink through there. Probably a little bit. You could probably tell that's a shimmer ink, but that always seems to clean out of those really well, so, and the shimmer inks. Okay, then last but not least, I have my Lamy Vista with my second black Lamy broad nib on it. And one of these broad nibs was a gift from a pen friend, and I got a shimmer ink in this one too, I think. Or maybe not. No, I don't. Never mind. That was planned but not proceeded with. So I outpaced my little section tray here, but I decided this was one I was testing out, and I decided I liked it so much I wanted to keep it going. So we'll look now at what the inks are. Okay, so here's the ink panel. My first ink is Noodler's Rome Burning. I was looking for a gold ink. I had a little bit of a disturbance because I couldn't find the one I was looking for, and then I remembered why, because it's gone. So, but I love Noodler's Rome Burning, and I'm happy with the matchup there. So the next ink is J. Herbin Rouge Hematite. I have a hard time sometimes pronouncing things. It's a shimmer ink in the 1670. Let's see about holding that up, because you see all that gold that comes over that. It kind of changes the look of the ink, but coming out of a nib we get a really nice red, and I wanted that for Christmas, for December. And then I wanted a teal. I definitely wanted a teal, so I went for Diamine Aurora Borealis, and it's just gorgeous. I love it. And a pen friend had sent me, shared her large bottle with me some time ago. So I had almost forgotten that I had that beyond the sample, so I was really excited. I got it. This is driving me crazy. I got to fix that. it's kind of popping up. I probably should have moved the snowman because I have the 9th ink down here. But anyway, the next one is a sample I'm finishing up. I think there's just a little bit left, and it's Diamine Golden Ivy. It's got beautiful gold shimmer, and it's just gorgeous coming out of the nib. I've already used it on one Christmas card that I sent to a family member, or got ready to send out today. I feel like I'm already kind of behind, but I'm just using a checklist, trying not to forget what I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, then next, I just love this Van Dieman's Diamonds Are a Girls BFF. It's another shimmer ink. I don't think I've ever had that many shimmer inks inked up at once, but that's the way it came out. I love the color, and I was kind of looking for coordination, like with the gold and with the teal and with the blue and, well, even with the purple. But I don't know, I see Christmas colors as not only red and green, but I just really enjoy some of the other colors. So then this one is very similar, so I guess we can see it right here. This is Ferris Wheel Press Double Raspberry, and I felt like it was, coming out of the nib, it was looking very similar to the Van Dieman's, but it doesn't have the shimmer. But it's just one that I just finished with in my ink journal, so I need to take some better pictures. We've had some rain and really bad lighting around here, kind of dark days. But so that was that one. We'll put that on the side. Okay, then here we go. This one's not a shimmer ink. I don't know why I'm trying to pick it up. This is J. Herbin Rouge Grenat, and that's like a deep red, a really nice deep red, and I've loved that for a long time. I don't have a bottle, but I've got 2 samples going, and I'm not sure how that happened. Somebody must have sent me another sample or something. When I think I got that originally from an ink flight, but I can't be sure. And then this is Annie's Purple Mix. It's just a gorgeous purple with green sheen. I'm not sure if we'll be able to see it here, but I do have another place where I also did some. I'll bring that over in a minute. I did a little bit of messing around on some Tomoe River paper before I started, as I was getting things inked up. And then the fourth, or the final, I think there's 4 shimmer inks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is the 4th one. Is the Kianit du Nepal by J. Herbin, the 1798 series. I think that's what it says. Anyway, this is a beautiful, beautiful blue. I always like to have blue of that color scheme inked up. And I see that as a beautiful kind of Christmas color in the more modern colors. So I'm going to bring over the tail end of my ink journal, and we'll look at that real quick. Basically, this is just a glimpse. I was finishing this Lockby A5. I couldn't believe it. I actually thought I had another one. So I was being kind of using the pages at the end here, and then I realized I was digging around looking for the second one. Well, the second one is full, so I know I know what to do. I need to order another one. But I thought it was nice because the shimmers really show on this. So this is that Rouge Hematite, which is so beautiful. I think it was pen friend Nancy sent me a sample of that, and I'm trying to think. Oh, I know I just can't think, but I'll think. Another pen friend sent me this beautiful Golden Ivy. There were 2. I know Margaret sent me the other one, the silver shimmered green ink, And my pen friend that was in California, and I can't think of her name. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. If she's watching, I'm just going to be mortified. Sent me a sample of this one, and it's gorgeous. And then there's that Van Dieman's. Diamonds are a Girls BFF. And there's the J or Bon ink. I just kind of thought that would be fun. Of course, it bled through a little bit because this is, you know, I painted it on so starkly. But okay, I think it's time to just get the other ink journal and do a writing sample now. Okay, so I have the, this is a Bond Travel Gear A5 ink journal that's got 68 GSM Chamoy River paper in it, and I've got it all set up. I like to do the little scribbles over here with the pen, and then I leave a page for a report card. We've already gone over the October report card, and there wasn't one for November because of all my craziness with my health, basically. But there will be in January a report card about what happened in December. So the first pen is the Noodler's Ahab with that medium nib on it, and it's got Noodler's Rome Burning. So let's see what that looks like. Now I'll try to hold it up that way, you know, after I get some scribbles down. I really like how smooth this is. I was afraid it might be too fine of a line, but I don't think so. So this is Noodler's Ahab. I only have one, well, I have a purple one, but I'm not going to mistake what I had the Rome Burning in. It'll probably now become a Rome Burning pen. With the medium nib, I like it. It's not flexible, but it was $3, the nib. So I bought 2 of them because I also have, under the Christmas tree, I have a purple pen that Manuel got me. And I really wanted the option. You know, maybe I'll eventually get used to that flex nib, but I haven't yet. With Noodler's Rome Burning. Now this is going to look different once it dries, and it is coming out of that nib quite aggressively, so let's see. It usually does, though. Let's see if we can get the, yeah, you may be able to see it's going to take a while to dry, but it's pretty. It might be just a little bit darker than what I originally was looking for, but now I have the ink that I was looking for. It's a Robert Oster one on a wish list so that I could purchase it, because I thought I had it, and I'm just, you know, I'm just making mistakes like that. You know, that's where I came out of October and November, like I missed a whole month or something. So this is the Diplomat Magnum with a broad nib, and it's got that I went against my normal, and I put red ink in a purpley blue pen, but that's okay. That's okay. I thought it was the perfect nib for this, and I still think so. It's nice and bright. It comes out of the nib differently than it looks when you paint it down, of course. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we're putting the ink first. Well, what about that? J or Bon? 1670. It's got the gold shimmer. Rouge Hematite. Okay, and then this is the Diplomat Magnum, and I only have one with a broad nib, so that shouldn't be a problem. Okay, there it is. Ooh, it's pretty. I mean, it really looks red coming out of the nib. Now, as it dries, it starts to, you know, look just a little faded because you get the gold. So it's really, really neat for the Christmas cards, I think. I mean, I've decided that one, that these two are probably the ones that are going to end up on the Christmas cards, although I really like this one too, and of course the Nepal, but oh dear, I just like everything, I guess. Okay, so here's the Jinhao X750 in the blue marble with the Goulet nice broad 1.5 stub. Oh, it's beautiful, and it just comes right out of the nib. I love it. Let's see if we can get the pen first here. Jinhao X750 1.5 Goulet. I do need to put blue marble or something so I'll know which pen, because I do move this nib around a lot. And this is Diamine. Oh, it's Ginger that sent me the Diamine Golden Ivy. Her name just came, oh my goodness, I haven't written to her in a long time. So I feel really bad about that brain freeze there, but I wanted to remember that. Aurora Borealis. Oh my gosh, that is going to be a real joy to write with for, you know, pen pal letters or letters that go into the Christmas cards. And you know, one of my Christmas cards, it's so funny, I'm going to grab one real quick. The joke was on me. It turned out fine. It's just fine. You know, I got plenty of Christmas cards while I was out because I don't go out that much. And anyway, these are not actually Christmas cards, but I didn't even slow down long enough to realize that. It says sparkle with joy in the new year. But then when I got to thinking about it, I thought, well, that's kind of like what we're all looking at anyway. And it says, may your holiday sparkle with moments of love, laughter, and goodwill. And I showed Manuel, I said, it's a New Year's card, right? He said, oh no, it doesn't matter. It's, you know, it's all, you know. He said, you can write Merry Christmas if you want to. But, and you know, it wasn't the only box of cards I got, but I remember thinking, oh, what a neat price and everything. And I got carried away, I guess. So anyway, that's what happened. So this is another TWSBI. I mean, this is the first one, of course, that I'm going to write with right now, but the TWSBI Go with a broad nib. And this has the Diamine Golden Ivy that Ginger had sent me a sample of a long time ago. And I love this ink. And you know, I've been realizing over this last couple of weeks how long it has actually taken me. Now, I do remember reviewing, or yeah, I know I reviewed this, but you know, to actually slow down and really, oh, here we go, ink first. That's Chris for you. Golden Ivy. Instead of putting the pen, TWSBI Go. Yeah, these pens got chosen based on how they were going to showcase the ink. I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. Broad, and I'll put clear. And I can already kind of see the sparkles coming out on that. Trying to show you, but of course it needs to dry too, and you'll see more of the gold as it dries. But that's really pretty, and I think the pen is a good match for it. Okay, then next is the Lamy Safari in the Candy Violet, and I do have the Van Dieman's Diamonds Are Girls BFF. Now, I wish I had just bought a bottle of this, but no, I bought a sample, and I don't know right now. I don't dare look on any pen sites right now because I have had a very expensive couple of weeks, and it sort of continues. Had to buy a bed and you name it. So I have no business on any pen sites right now, but okay, so this is Lamy. But at last time I checked, it was all sold out. The Van Dieman's, those inks go quick. Safari, broad nib, and we'll just put Candy Violet. That way I'll know it wasn't the other one. And Van Dieman's. I love that color. It's pink, but it's magenta, it's everything. It's really pretty. Diamonds are the Girls BFF. Okay, oh, I forgot to do the little lines there on some of them. Wow, I mean, look how wet that's going down. Whoops, I hope you can see it, but that's, oh, my glasses aren't allowing me to see what I'm showing you even, so. I think we need an upgraded equipment. There we go. Okay, see that? I mean, it's been down for a while and it's still drying, but that's really going to make it pretty. The sparkles will come out as it dries. Okay, we got 3 pens left. I better move along. This is the Jinhao X750 with the JoWo nib from Pensive Pens there. Broad, and it's got the J.R. Bond Rouge Grenat. That beautiful deep red, I call it. I don't know, maybe some people would call it burgundy, but I just call it a deep red. Jinhao X750. Oh, that's going down really nice and wet. That's gorgeous. How did I do that before to show you? Well, first of all, it has to focus, but that's going down nice and wet. Of course, that broad nib is another one of those really nice ones. Go ahead and do that. Well, let's just put Jinhao twice. Herbin. Rouge. Grenat. Oh, it's just gorgeous. That's going to be a pleasure to write letters with. Okay, next up is the beautiful pen from pen friend Annie, and her beautiful purple mix is in it. The M600, the Moonman M600S. With my most cherished nib, my broad nib from my first Serendipity, that is the wettest, best writing broad nib that I own. So we'll get that purple down on there. I know it has, this ink has green sheen when you get it just right, that you can see it. I'm not sure we'll see it today because it just comes out when it can, I guess. Let's see. Sometimes I can see it right there, but it depends on the light. But this is just gorgeous. Moonman M600S broad JoWo Annie's purple mix. I had a lot of purples to pick from, but I couldn't get this one out of my mind. It had been recently that I had tried it out, and I just couldn't get it out of my mind. Let's see, that is nice and wet ink too, but I hope I'm not making you dizzy. I'm making myself dizzy trying to get it to focus and then show, but it's just gorgeous, and I have just made a purple blob. Oh well. Oh, okay. I probably, something might have gone wrong there. I'll have to check that pen later. Okay, next is the TWSBI Go, the second one in the sapphire with a broad nib. And I have the Herbin, another shimmer ink. Grenat du Nepal in here. Oops. Those boxes seem kind of big. I think I used to make them smaller, but it is kind of nice to have big ones. Again, this writes nice and wet. TWSBI Go broad nib sapphire. Oh, wow, that's really nice. Huh. Well, you'd think I'd remember what I was doing, but it definitely is going on nice and wet, writing really good. Herbin. I'll probably be having to try to decide which one to write with. I like them all so much. That's good though. That's good, because if I'm only picking the same 2 or 3 to write letters with each time, then I don't evenly finish them up. So I'm glad that I have all that enthusiasm about what I inked up. It took me a while to decide. Okay, so then the last but not least is the Lamy Vista with a broad nib with Ferris wheel press double raspberry. So we got 2 almost look-alike inks, but because of the shimmer on the Van Diemans, they are going to look different. They, you know, it's just that I had been doing this one anyway, and I did not want to clean the pen yet. I may have to do something else, but for right now, I'm going to start the month off with it. I'd usually just do 8, but okay, Lamy Vista, broad nib. There's only one Lamy Vista in my collection right now, so Ferris wheel press. I think this was their summer ink. And they sent me a charger with 5 mils in it. It's beautiful. Ferris wheel press double raspberry. Okay, so here we go again. I forgot before. I'm going to go back and do some of those little smears wherever I forgot, and I'll hold that up so you can see it. It's really pretty. It is lighter than the Van Diemans, but it's got that same, almost that same look. It's very similar. Okay, I didn't really give that a full press. Okay, what else did I forget? Ah, the Ivy. Okay, and that was in the other TWSBI Go Clear. Let's see if I even have a finger that's clean for the smear. Okay, and Aurora Borealis. So I like to do those. I just like to kind of get an idea of how much ink is coming out of the nib. There, okay. So there we have it. Got nine inks. 9 inks, yeah, 9 inks inked up, 9 pens inked up, and I think a good variety of colors. I mean, to me, it's just exactly what I wanted to see. And of course, it's going to look like this one will look a little different, I think, on like a Clairefontaine or a Rhodia, but they're all very beautiful, and they've got some shimmer going on and everything, so I think this is going to be fun. Now, this is awkward because it's different ending the video without the normal, you know, doing the report card, but let me pause for just a second. There, so those are the 9 pens and the 9 inks for December. And instead of doing the report card, since we don't have one right now, I was going to answer a question from a viewer who asked me, how do you choose your inks? And, you know, I really don't have any formula, but this month I did put a lot of thought into it because I was going to be writing so many letters and cards. And what I did this month is I got my colored pencils out, and I kind of scribbled down what I thought I wanted to use, and I kind of coordinated with those colored pencils. Just, you know, I put purple for Christmas, but at the time I didn't know which purple. I didn't know that I was gonna end up choosing the Annie's Purple Mix, for instance. But I knew right from the start on the bright blue that I wanted Kianit Du Nepal. I just knew that that was the one I wanted. I think I saw some kind of video or something from Goulet pens where they mentioned it as a good choice for Christmas, and monkey here, monkey do, I guess. On the green, I just knew I wanted a green shimmer ink, and I had like three greens to pick from. Yeah, I did, because I had like this one. This almost made it, but I had just played with it. The Ferris Wheel Press Misguided Mistletoe. And then I had the two, I had Diamine Golden Ivy. Whoops, and that's looking a lot brighter than it's supposed to be, but if I hold it this way, that looks more like itself. And also I had Diamine Magical Forest, which is the Shimmer-tastic with the silver, and it was really close between those three. But in the long run, I had a memory of what Diamine Golden Ivy looked like. It just made an impression on me back when I reviewed it. Let's see, I talked about those three. So this one was really hard too, the deep red burgundy. There were so many to pick from. I went through all of the ones that I knew of, and I had just used Sailor Grenat. So like, and in fact, I still have that in my Mont Blanc, but so that was interesting. Then, oh, I wanted Gold Antiqua, but there's a long, funny story about that. And then I put Slash Muddy because I thought, well, maybe the Robert Oster, one of the ones in the Muddy series might do it. But no, that Robert Oster Gold Antiqua is actually on a wish list to buy a bottle, and I think I shared the sample, but I don't know. I rampaged through everything trying to find it, and then I remembered, oh my gosh, I'm just nuts. So then on the red, I said KWZ Thief's Red, but then when I went to get into the reds, I remembered that I had this shimmer ink sample from pen friend Nancy that I really wanted to work with, the Rouge Hematite, and I wasn't sure. I thought, well, how's that going to look coming out of a nib? But once I found out how beautiful that is, I mean, that comes out of the nib red. The gold shimmer only adds to it. You can kind of see it here. Yes, it lightens it up a little, but it's going to be great. So, I mean, I really did kind of not suffer, but really did debate quite a bit. And then with, I wanted a pink, kind of a magenta. I knew that this had made such an impression on me, the Van Dieman's, and I thought, well, it's my birthday month. I might as well just use whatever I want. So I stuck with that. And then here, I put teal, Aurora Borealis question mark, because when I got into the teal inks, I nearly like decided not to use one because there's so many that I love. But then I remembered, oh, it's not just a sample. I do have 30 mil from my pen friend Donna, and that is just amazing. I mean, so that's how I went about it this month. And then I started, thinking about which nib I wanted to see the ink in. But it's always ink first for me. Unless I have a new pen that I'm just sure I want to ink up. It's always about which inks am I going to write with, and then which nib or pen, because I didn't even do matchy on every single one. I'm going to have to kind of refer to my chart as I'm writing letters, or I might forget which pen to reach for, except this one. This is matched up. And then I know that I have the Noodler's ink and the Noodler's pen, but I got some non-matched pens. Anyway, hopefully that answers your question in a muddled sort of way. I just remember some of these from reviewing them, and I just can't get them out of my mind. Or I know I want a gold ink, and so I go looking for the one I think I have, or I go looking for a red, and I just keep going till I find the one, you know, that appeals to me right at that moment. That's all. So, so it's not very scientific, but I hope that you're enjoying your pens and inks and finding people to write to and cards or whatever to do. Hopefully I will be able to keep up and get, you know, maybe do some cards with letters in them, because I actually owe lots of letters right now as well. So have a great month of December, and thank you for watching my video and hearing me babble on about inks. But I do just love to pick the inks and then ink up the pens. So I'll see you on the next video, and I'll see you on Instagram, and I'll be watching other people's videos and just trying to enjoy life. So see you later. Bye for now.